Hey guys, it's Wes from G&W Sports and Apparel. Last time we had John Rocker here, we weren't able to do story time. And so I wanted to do story time with Matt Simon. He's got some funny stories. And if you don't care, guys, we're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. If you don't care when you answer when we're talking and stuff, if you say hey to us, tell us who your name is, because when we see this, it just says Facebook user, YouTube user. So we're basically going to all these different formats. And if you don't care, just let us know who you are. And if you have any questions while we're doing the interview with Matt Simon, and hopefully he can tell us some funny stories at University of Georgia. And I'm going to try to turn this thing around and try to make it look better. And that's one of our great friends here, Matt Simon. Tell us a story.
I don't have too many stories. I got one or two pretty decent ones that probably I can remember. Is that one of them was when Coach Dooley, he was in an accident before football practice one day, and he didn't want nobody to know that he was in an accident. So at first, the first part of the before practice, we always had a group meeting with the running backs, and we split up. Sometimes we'd be with the receivers, and the receivers may be in one room, running backs may be in one room, then the linemen would be in a room. But at the end of the individual meeting, we all get together for a big meeting. And we had heard, everybody was saying, well, where's Coach Dooley? Nobody seen Coach Dooley. Where's Coach Dooley? Nobody seen Coach Dooley. Then, we all got together. Well, we say, the coaches said, well, we're going to get together for the big meeting. And everybody said, well, is Coach Dooley going to be there? None of the coaches never did say anything. And so we all got together and got in the big ballroom, I guess that's what you would call it, where all the teams meet for the big meeting. And I think Coach Cavan or Coach Hafner or probably Coach Russell, because Coach Russell always had jokes about everybody and everything. So Coach Russell got up there, and I don't know, somebody asked Coach Russell, where is Coach Dooley? And Coach Russell said, I don't know where Coach Dooley is, but I'm Coach Dooley right now. So everybody said, oh, something going on. So I guess about 3 or 4 minutes later, should I be looking at you or into the camera?
You look wherever you want to. We want you to be comfortable. This is your story time.
Okay. But anyhow, Coach Russell said, I'm going to take over this practice today. It's going to be my show. So we were like, oh, we know better than that. Coach Dooley don't miss practice, So I guess about a minute or 2 minutes later, here comes Coach Dooley. Coach Dooley walks into the meeting room. Coach Dooley had a lip probably as big as your head.
Wow.
And so, nobody didn't say anything. He come walking down. Coach Dooley was always one of the cool coaches. He got that little walk about it. So, and he walks down, and everybody looks at his lip. And his lip must have been this big. So we all start, like, oh man, look at Coach Dooley's lip. So he comes in and turns around. He said, let me tell y'all right now, go ahead and get your laugh in right now, because after this, I'm going to punish y'all. Everybody say, well, Coach Dooley, why you going to punish us? He said he was coming or going to a meeting or something that morning, and a car just stopped right in front of him. And he ran into the car, and he bumped his lip on the driver's thing. I don't think he knocked the teeth out, but his lip was so big. And everybody in the meeting room was just hollering, because Coach Dooley's always so serious. So, when we get something on him, you got to really, really just get your giggle in. So we got a good giggle in on that. And he didn't really like it, but he knew that we was going to laugh at him when we saw how big his lip was. I mean, that was one of the biggest lips I ever seen in my life. I mean, everybody was like, he must have really hit that steering wheel hard. But that was one of the funniest things I think I experienced with the coaches, with him. Coach Russell, you know, he was always on top of everything. Nothing really never happened to him. But that Coach DOOLEY accident was really funny.
Well, if you think a little bit of Irk Russell is a little bit in Kirby Smart.
Everybody really thought that Coach Russell was a really, excuse the expression, hard ass, but
Yeah.
Coach Russell was one of the nicest coaches
Wow.
that you could ever be coached by.
Yeah.
I mean, he was the kind of coach that would, a lot of people thought because he used to butt head and head start bleeding, that he was a butthole. But he was not. Coach Russell was a nice guy. He would, you know, come and ask you what kind of problems you have. And he was just a nice person. You know, I think the button head situation that really made him look like he was a bad guy. But he was, I think, from what that 19, from my group, 1978 on up, I think everybody in that class always said Coach Russell was their favorite coach. He was just a super guy, super coach to play for. Everybody loved him.
Oh, wow.
Everybody. He was everybody's favorite coach. I mean, out of all the coaches, it was just something about Coach Russell. Because he's always to say before the game, like we have a breakfast in the morning on Saturdays, and he would always say, "What a wonderful day to be a Bulldog."
That's cool.
And he said, after this game, after we whoop their, he always say their asses.
Yeah. Yep.
It'll be a great night to be a Georgia Bulldog. And it was just something about those words that really get you fired up. Because a couple of times he was sort of busy, he was doing paperwork, and he always had that cigar in his mouth. And Coach DOOLEY had done said what he needed to say, and Coach Russell didn't say nothing. And one of the older senior guys said, "Coach Russell, we are not leaving this meeting till you tell us what kind of day it is." And he would always say, "This is a wonderful day to be a Georgia Bulldog. Let's go out and kick some ass."
I love it. I love it. I love it. God, I love it.
He was just good with that. That really got us fired up.
You know, we've had some of your buddies here. We've had Pat Mache, and we've had Lon Butner here, and great guys. You have any funny stories about them?
I can't really remember anything about.
Because you know they're watching.
Yeah, I know. I can't really remember anything about Lon. You know, Lon was always pretty boy. Thought all the
He's
girls.
probably commenting.
Yeah. He thought all the girls wanted him.
Yep.
You know.
Well, he was in Playboy.
Oh yeah, he was.
He was.
But Lon was we used to call him Queen. It's so hard for me to call him Lon.
Yeah.
You know.
The Queen.
And Mac Shea was really a kind of laid back guy. He didn't say too much, you know, but when he said something, you know, everybody listened. You know, he smiled a lot.
Yeah.
You know, and
he's a super nice guy.
Yeah,
we really enjoyed.
Yeah, he is a great guy. And like I said, he didn't really say, he didn't comment too much, but when he got on the field, you know, that he was out there.
It was on.
Yeah, it was on like popcorn. Yes, sir. You're absolutely right.
One thing that you got any more stories you'd like that you could think of right now?
No, you know, people always ask me about the Herschel Walker situation because I was there. I was supposed to be the man in 1980, and you know, I played behind Willie McClendon my first year, and I got a lot of playing time, even though Willie was the main man. But you know, when you come out of high school, you used to being the man. And when I came to Georgia, you know, I guess me, Lindsey Scott, Buck Bellew, um, who else was it? Eddie Weaver,
Mhm.
uh, and a whole bunch of other guys I can't call right now, but they know who they are. And we were the first freshmen to come in and play at Georgia
Wow.
because Georgia was a school where they believed in seniority.
Mhm.
You had to be there a couple of years.
Mhm.
If you came and played on the varsity, somebody had to get hurt.
Mhm.
Most of the time freshmen will be put on the freshman team.
Yeah.
But Georgia had for so many years had did okay,
Mhm.
but they wasn't at the status that they should.
Mhm.
So I guess Coach Julie them figured it out that, we got to play some of these freshmen. They're
Mhm.
coming in here, and some of these guys are just as good as some of our senior guys.
Mhm.
So, we Coach Julie did let us play as freshmen. Me and Lindsay and Buck. Me and Buck, I think, came in the same game or something like that because they had us on the specialty team, and we didn't get to play too much. But McClendon was a great superstar running back,
Mhm.
but I didn't think I was going to play much, but I did get a chance to play. So early in the season, Willie would, be tired because I was the second string running back. So
Mhm.
if you one and two, one and two gonna get most of the time. Third string running backs don't get much time, but the one and two, Willie may get tired. He may during that time we were wearing the tearaway jerseys. His jersey may get torn or
Mhm.
something. But I think my best situation in my uh, freshman year was the Georgia Tech game. Georgia Tech went up on us 21-0, and they kind of called on me and Buck to come in the game about second way, I guess about second quarter, and we came in and we just we had an outstanding game. I was running good, Buck was throwing the ball well,
Mhm.
and we really stepped up. So, for me to be playing behind a great guy like Willie McClendon, I really thought that was a big step for me in my college career as a freshman.
Yeah.
So as I got, I guess, went into the next year, it's supposed to be my year,
Mhm.
in which that's the year 1979 when I took over the running back position. And I had a pretty decent year. We didn't have a great year. I think we went 7-6, something like that. But we almost still made the playoff.
Mhm.
But I forgot LSU, I think LSU or somebody won our region that year.
Mhm.
But I did get a chance to play. I had a pretty good season. Probably had about 600 and something yard, about I guess about 6 or 7 touchdowns.
Mhm.
So I had a pretty good year as a sophomore,
Mhm.
and that was a good start for me. So when you're that young and you're coming out of high school, you use the all world.
Mhm.
But when you come to Georgia, everybody's all world. So it was a great start for me.
So the situation that I guess I heard the story and I want you to tell it about you on the sidelines. You got hurt and Herschel had to come in.
Well, it was it was like before the season starts, after we come back during the summer, we
Mhm.
have like 4 scrimmages down in the stadium.
Mhm.
And I think it was the second one or the third one. They had me going. I was the starting tailback.
Mhm.
So I got a hip pointer. So I continued to practice. And we got into the first game, the week of the first game, and that thing just didn't get better. Them hip pointers. That's the first time I ever had a hip pointer. First time I ever heard of a hip pointer. And it was a situation where you just can't. Anytime you move, anytime you go to the bathroom, anytime you move in your body, you feel that hip. I didn't realize how important that hip was. So Coach Dooley asked me, he said, well, Matt, are you going to be ready to start against Tennessee? I said, Coach, I don't think so. He said, what? We've been depending on you to start the season off. We got that. His way he said, Coach Dooley can put words. We got this rookie freshman back there. He's getting better, but I don't think he's ready. And we said our second string running back is what was it, Donnie McMickens. And I don't think he's ready. So you think you're good enough to, make the trip? I said, Coach, I don't know. If I make the trip, I don't think I'm going to be able to play. So he said, well, we'll know by Thursday by the time we get ready to make our final preparation. So I said, okay, Coach, we'll wait till Thursday. But that hip was just killing me. I couldn't do nothing, man. So Thursday came along. I told Coach, I said, Coach, I don't think I'm going to be able to play. He said, you look pretty good running, doing exercise and just running on your own over there, because they had me off to the side and I had trainers, they watching every move I make. And it was, I guess I could run a little bit, but when it got to getting in my stance, man, it was just killing me. I was like, oh, as bad as I wanted to play, because this was a big year for me. So he asked me, he said, well, Matt, if you can't go, we're going to probably have to leave you here. I said, I won't be able to make the trip, Coach. I said, no, we're going to probably have to move somebody else up. So we'll probably have to start Donnie McMickens. Well, okay, I'll go ahead with that. So I say, what about Herschel? Is Herschel going to play? They say, well, I don't know. I ain't too big on playing freshmen because you and Lindsay and Buck, y'all some of the first freshmen to come here and play as much as y'all did. So I said, oh, I say, well, Coach, I'm just go ahead and do what you got to do. I'm not going to be able to play. So I kind of left it at that. And so they got to Tennessee. They started the second string running back, which was Donnie McMickens. And Donnie Mike got out there, and I don't know if he fumbled. He did something. And that's all you got to do is fumble under Coach Dooley's rule, and you out. So I think Donnie Mike, he started the game, which was the second. Herschel was the third string quarterback, but he was the second going into the Tennessee game. So I guess Donnie Mike, he fumbled or something. I was home watching it, and he called on Herschel. And when Herschel came out there, the first play, what do you believe this? I'm sitting there home looking at this. The first play, he ran over Bates and two other guys. I'm like, Bates and two other guys. I said, oh, Lord, my career is over. And that was the end of the Matt Simon story. Herschel was a great guy, Me, him, and Lindsay, and Buck Ballou, and just other guy. We all shared the same suite. We all had little suites at the dormitory. At the dorm, and we used to have fun. Super guy. He's one of them, I guess you could say, one of the countryest guys that I've been around in a while. Real country like, but great heart, know.
I've heard good stories about him.
Because when we got back, I said, hey, why you had to do all that, man? Just score a touchdown and give me a chance to come back. He, kind of got Hershey as well. Man, you'll be back, man. I'll save you a spot. I said, yeah, right. But after that, that was kind of the end of my story. I was getting all these letters from NFL teams, you're going to be this, just keep up the hard work, the NFL teams, when you go to Georgia, top-ranked school, they send you a lot of mail.
That's
back
cool.
in them times, telling they're interested in, hoping that you have a good career. So that was the end of the Georgia Matt Simon era. I got a lot of playing time after that, when Herschel got hurt. this and that. But it didn't stop there. I went on to my junior year, so here come another freshman.
Oh Lord!
And Herschel was a sophomore, I think.
Yeah.
His name was Carney Norris, and Carney was from South Carolina. He's good running back, all state, South Carolina, whatever. And Coach Calvin came to me and was telling me, Matt, if you don't hurry up and get healthy, we're gonna have to play Carney. Hey, wait a minute, you already playing this other guy. Give me a chance to get back, you know. And Carney was a great little running back. You know, Georgia known for great running backs. If you come to Georgia from anywhere in the world to play running back, that means you're good.
Yeah, they're the GOATs. I mean, Tim Worley and Keith Charlie.
Super.
And you're one too.
Right. We started. Like I always told Keith, I say, man, y'all know we opened the era for black running backs coming to the University of Georgia, because whether you believe it or not, I was the 4th black starting tailback at University of Georgia.
That's awesome.
4th. It was, I always knew him. I can't call his name. I can't call his name. I have to think about it for a few minutes. But there was 4 of them. I know Willie was one. And Kevin McClee, he was another one. Harsh King. Harsh King could have been the first black running back. So, and I always tell Herschel, I said, man, we here at Georgia at some good times. And you really got to take real, have good responsibility and stay healthy, man. Whatever you do, and I open the door for you, and and look like you gonna shed it. And Herschel, man, Herschel wasn't the nice. He used to get on my nerves about how nice he could be sometimes. I say, man, you can't be that nice and be a treacherous running back like you. But he's a great running back. And I used to always kid him about track. Me and him lived about, 40 miles away from each other. He was from Riceville, I'm from Statesboro. And we used to have this Statesboro track relay, big relay every year. And Herschel was a young boy then. And I used to tell him, I say, man, they was talking about you then when I was a senior. They was talking about how good you was going to probably be. He said, well, I never heard of you. I say, well, because you couldn't catch me back then. I say, I don't know where you get all this speed from. And like I told him, he's one of the kids that got better as he got older. And you can't take nothing away from a guy like that. He was, people ask me all the time, well, what about Herschel? How did he practice? How did he do this? How did he do this? I said, he's one of the nicest guys you ever wanted. He never bragged on himself.
That's cool.
And, he always told me, hang tough, even though I didn't believe he meant that.
He didn't want you to take his position.
Yeah, he didn't want that, but it was all good times.
Well, Matt, you've told some cool stories, and we didn't know these stories, but I want to get serious. When I do these videos, I've told people when we do them, when we can do them, when it's too busy in here for the celebrities that come and see us. The teammates, they know who you are and stuff.
Right.
But if by chance, if something happened to you and you pass away, these videos live on. What would you like to tell your family and your teammates about everything about you?
Well, I guess I would like to say, especially to my family, that they're very supportive. I've got one kid, I got one son, and I wanted him to go to Georgia real bad, but I know how Georgia was. They are very selective about who they choose on their football team. My son played cornerback, and he went to high school at Sherman High School, but he also went to Tuscaloosa in North Carolina, Knoxville. It's in that Knoxville area. It's in Tennessee, above Knoxville. That's what I want to say. And he had a great career. I had a good wife. I said I had a good wife, but she won't like that.
No, she won't. You're in trouble. This is on YouTube. Man, don't let your wife see this on YouTube.
I ain't gonna never let her see this. That's something happened to me. Yeah, but I got a great wife. She's been very supportive. You know, she really, I guess, never really just had a boyfriend or
Mhm.
husband that played football.
Mhm.
And she's a football person. That was, I guess, one reason that she decided to marry me, because she know that football is first in my family.
Yeah.
And she always used to kid me about, Georgia always giving us all kind of gadgets similar to what you got here.
Yeah.
And she used to tell me all the time. Buck Bellew wife also had a chance to meet my wife, and
Yeah.
both of them said at the same time that I wish the men of ours quit bringing all this stuff home, because we always, every time you go to Athens, it's something you're gonna grab or go to the bookstore, pick up, and take home.
Yeah.
But my wife and Buck Bellew's wife said, please don't bring nothing else home from the University of Georgia, please.
Oh man.
But and I also like to say I had two great friends that really stuck by me when I was at Georgia. Lindsey Scott, me and him was roommates for
Cool.
4 years. And we used to go to bed talking about, well, Sam, he used to call me Simon.
Yeah.
Sam, if you go pro, you gonna let me borrow some money? I said, yeah, I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna drop you a couple hundred. He thought that was funny.
Yeah.
And everybody knows that Lindsey turned out to be probably one of the better receivers to ever play at University of Georgia. That Florida play that he made was just, it'll never die.
Yeah.
It'll never die.
One thing, Larry Munson made it famous. Run, Lindsey, run. Run, Lindsey, run.
It was a great play because probably everybody thought it was over. For him to make a spectacular play the way he did, it was just unbelievable. Great play, great guy. I couldn't have came to college and had a better roommate than Lindsey Scott, because we played basketball. He played basketball. I played baseball in high school. We played basketball against each other.
Wow.
And that's sort of kind of the way we met, is playing basketball. He was like, man, Sam, I heard you going to Georgia. I'm going to Georgia too. I said, man, we need to be roommates, because you're going to be the first one I met, and I'm the first one you met. So he said, well, okay, we're going to tell Coach Calvin. Coach Calvin was running back coach, and he recruited me and Lindsey. And Coach Calvin was a great guy too. He was really on my side until Herschel came. It's always in my recollection. It's always when Herschel came. I can't. Everybody always say, "Well, man, what about Herschel? Man, you were good, yeah, I know. But what about Herschel?"
Yeah. You've still got that story.
Oh yeah.
And one thing that's cool, like we say, we do these YouTube videos. You bragged on Lindsey. He's gonna get to go in and comment about you talking. He's gonna be able to see the.
Oh yeah, he knows. Me and him talk about it. We talk all the time. Me and Lindsey probably talk once or twice a month. And we had this other guy. I think you said you met him. One of y'all met Sylvester Elkin. He came in with us.
Oh, wow, okay.
We used to call him Sly.
Sly.
Yeah.
Like Sly Sloan.
Yeah,
okay,
Sly
I get you now.
And Sly he's a great friend of ours,
Yeah.
He was there for only about a year and a half, and he decided he wasn't going to get much playing time.
Yeah.
And so he decided to go elsewhere. And I probably should have went elsewhere.
No, man. You wouldn't have the story.
I enjoyed it, because I wouldn't have had this ring. I got 2 SEC rings and a national championship. And if I would have went to some other college, I may never had these rings. And this is something good that
Show the ring into the camera, guys.
Oh, okay. Yeah. They bigger now, but I don't know if they mean as much. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the University of Georgia, man. It's one of the best places, one of the best things and places I could have went to in my life.
One thing that I appreciate, I started a family, is what Keith Henderson had just come out with a little bit.
Great guy.
Keith Henderson, one thing he said, you started a family because you basically carrying on tradition of all my buddies and my alumni and stuff.
Right,
And I
exactly.
just want to keep doing us like family, because when you come to JNW Sports and Apparel, you're family, and we try
Oh,
to make
yeah.
sure that you leave here and
Yeah.
your family, and family sticks together. And I'm glad that you didn't leave, because we've
Yeah.
had this
Yeah,
Herschel story.
oh yeah, I tell this story everywhere everywhere I go. People want to know about me. Done heard about me. A lot of people
Yeah.
my age,
Yeah.
they knew I went to the University of Georgia and I was a standout guy and all this kind of stuff. But it's always, what about Herschel? What about Herschel? What about Herschel? I worked with Delta Airlines for 37 years, and everybody know me about Bulldog. That's Bulldog. He played blah, 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 blah. What about Herschel? Okay, all right, man. This is what Herschel was all about. He took my job. I have to admit that. But life goes on, and I didn't lose my job to a slouch. He's probably one of the best running backs to ever play at Georgia.
He was the GOAT.
Yeah, he was. He was super.
We've been very lucky to have you here, Matt. And guys, if you are watching us live, we are here still at the store. If you'd like to get an autograph, or if you'd like to put some comments on YouTube or Facebook, and tell us who you are. And if you'd like to give a few comments, or he can answer any of your questions. It's just we're enjoying this time. I mean, and one thing you were talking about, my girlfriend Julie over there is a Tennessee fan. Did you almost go to Tennessee? Don't.
I almost did. Me and Lindsay.
Yeah, Lindsay Scott too. I went to Tennessee.
Yes.
You heard that first here, guys.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
South Carolina, Tennessee, and Georgia.
Wow.
And they recruit heavy in the state of Georgia. Really? They don't let them fool you. They recruit heavy. And man, you got people, you come home and people are camping outside your door. You go down and look down the street, 2 or 3 cars parked that way. You look this way, 2 or 3. And when you come home, you got all these people coming to you, trying to get to you before you get in the house.
Yeah.
And that was amazing. That was something to deal with as a young kid.
Wow.
I learned a lot from going to school at University. Playing football, that was really big.
But you and Lindsay almost went to Tennessee.
Almost went to Tennessee.
How close? How close was it, Matt? How close?
There are some things I can't really talk about.
You can. NIL, hey, go ahead. Tim's already told on himself, and Keith did too. Hey, it's legal now, guys.
Let me tell you this. Georgia had a lot more things than the rest of them. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. They didn't do nothing. No cars, no houses, none of that kind of stuff. But
they didn't get the good stuff like these kids are getting now.
Oh man.
I know.
Oh man. Well, we knew it was coming. We talked about this. Yeah. When me and Lindsay used to talk about it in the bed. Man, one day these guys gonna get paid. Yeah. One day, because this school making just too much money. Yeah. And Georgia makes enough money to take care of all the other events. Their baseball program, their tennis program. Georgia, the football, take care of everything.
Yeah. And seeing one thing that I brought up, I mean, I know Quincy Carter will watch this. Quincy said, where's my money?
Right.
There was people wearing his jersey in the stands.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, where's my Carter money?
Right.
Because, I mean, he said, I'm out there bleeding on the field and never got the money.
Right.
And I feel like y'all got so cheated.
Yeah.
But I love doing these events, and I love making sure that some of the greats like you guys have the stories, and in some way these fans get the experience of the videos, and then plus everything that you guys do. I don't know if how much longer he's going to be here, guys, but if you have any questions for us right now, I'm going to be on here for a little bit more. Do you have any more stories, or would you like to take a break?
I might better take a break. That may be it for me. I don't want to tell too much.
Oh, you don't want to get in trouble. That's what a lot of them are saying. They said
there's a lot of stuff that I could tell you, but they would probably tell me I better never come to Athens.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of stories. They said that they're still welcome in Athens,
Right,
and they want
right.
to make sure they're still welcome in Athens.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Well, guys, we had a great time here. And if you want to give me a call at the store, our phone number is 706-971-3385. Don't know how much longer Matt will be here. I want to keep talking to this man. We've all been talking to him the whole time. So come out to J&W Sports Apparel, 119 East Cherokee Street, beautiful Chatsworth, Georgia. And like I said, our phone number is 706-971-3385. And it's been a fun day. Keith come just said hey to him. And Keith Henderson, everybody knows he's real good friends with all of us. And but thanks for the story, Herschel. And God, these Tennessee fans will be eating this up right now if they knew that you and Lindsey Scott almost went to Tennessee. That's amazing. Well, guys, you never know what you're going to hear. Story time at JNW Sports and Apparel, and go like and subscribe our YouTube channel. Check out Twitter. We're live right now on Twitter, JNW Sports Apparel, and we're also live on our like page of JNW Sports Apparel. And actually, my personal page, we're live also. Thank you, guys. And we're going to get off here. Go, Dogs.
Go Dogs. Sick 'em.
Hold on. Do it again. My camera's struggling.
Go Dogs. Sick 'em. Roo, 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 roo.
Go Dogs, baby. Thank you. I never knew that y'all. That's so neat and unique.
Oh, yeah.
I did not know that. That's so.
I thought you was reading a comment.
No, there